very tough opening game then for the former Pro Series champion.
Well, that's not how he wants to start this weekend with a dry break. Nice elevation in the cue ball.
Yeah, hit them solid, didn't he? Just not finding any friends out there. So it will be the young Irish player Cormac to get the first opportunity.
Got himself a new shirt. Yeah, Cormac Kerr made the semi-final of Pro Series Event 1, the one that McAllister was the victor in. And he lost in the other semi-final to a resurgent Phil Harrison. But it's going to be him, the Irishman, at the table with the first clear opportunity. You don't get that many chances against John McAllister. It's important to get in early and take what you've been offered.
I think both players know, don't they? I mean, both players will probably be feeling it a little bit. I mean, they know they're in the prelim round, but they could have been dealt a far better draw than this one. They're both just going to have to turn up and go from ball one here. They're going to have to find their best game because that's what they're both capable of.
Yeah, when I looked at the whole draw, Simon, earlier today, and I did a racing eyebrow when I saw this was first off the bat, I thought, wow. Cormac Kerr just attempted to go off the red and try and open up the pocket with the yellow, but it's hung. So our first opportunity to look at John McAllister. So nothing easy. Not sure if you can get the two reds that are stuck together at the top of the table. I'm not sure you can actually get to the left-hand side. I want to put it cleanly into the pocket. So it might be a loss of turn shot coming.
Has he covered it enough? Can this squeeze in? Cormac quickly has a look.
Well, he's got to have a go, isn't he? You've got to try and put the yellow behind the red and yellow together. He's shaking his head at John McAllister. He knows he's left as an opportunity.
I just wonder if he had half a thought there of making the combination. He is unbelievably good at it. He didn't hit it particularly hard, but yeah, he did leave the gap. So
that's why he was shaking his head.
That's why he was shaking his head, absolutely. But even if he leaves it right over the pocket and blocks it, you know, Cormac's a strong enough player to be able to make that combination. It wouldn't have been a particularly good option for John anyway. So that's what makes me think he was trying to be more aggressive and make them both, but it never really looked likely the way he played it.
No, he seemed to play it a little bit too soft for that. Nice shot there from Kerr. And he's got a choice here. I think you just dribble past the black ball here and just leave the angle with the yellow into the bottom left. And black into the pocket where this yellow's going to go now. Or does he screw across? Would you attempt him to go forward? I think I'll just roll this in, but I think he's going to punch this ball out. Short.
Yeah. And that could be a problem.
I think that's why I would have preferred just a slide past the 8-ball there, Simon, just to leave that little pot into the corner and the angle to get onto the black.
Yeah, for me, if he does play the shot he plays, then why not really play it and use the cushion? Guarantee that you get there.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Well, that's a good start for me.
I know, yeah. Well, second bite of the cherry for John McAllister. And I think this time we'll see a lot more positive play.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does do with this bottom right-hand corner. But immediately takes on the double. It's almost a free hit at the double because he knew he was getting the snooker.
Well, these are the sort of frames that built the foundation of his victory here last time when the balls were in funny places. He was pulling out some great pots and combination shots. You see, he's played that shot, but he's also played to nudge those two reds apart because they didn't pass into the corner. Now Cormac Kerr has got a bigger problem on his hands. Just looking at his angle to try and get to this yellow. I don't think this goes plain, but he's going to have to. I think I'd go above the middle bag with left-hand side and try and come past in between black and red in the centre of the table. But if he's coming below it, he's going to play an awful amount of check side.
Oh, he's going to arc it round, isn't he? Watch the bend on the cue ball. He needs to get it going here.
Oh, that's a great shot.
What a shot.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a brilliant shot.
That would have just cost me a fiver at the bookies.
Yeah.
I would have backed against that one. That's a great shot. Look at the... tremendous from Cormac Kerr.
Yeah, the natural there hits middle of the bottom cushion. Brilliant stuff from the young Irishman. A frame that it felt like he couldn't lose. I mean, a couple of chances gone for him, but he still gets the frame on the board. Needs a ball, gets a ball, and gets a good layout as well. This is a nice one for him to...
Nice control with the cue ball here with the break, because he comes straight back towards him. Dead straight line, look at that. You'd have to be very, very unlucky there to say going off with that. It'd have to be cannon by about 3 balls. But like you said, Simon, this is a great opportunity for McAllister to finally get off the mark.
Yeah, just the one on the right-hand side cushion that he just wants to deal with. The 8 ball kind of makes it guarded in terms of getting a nice angle behind it. It's not an absolute certainty. Perfect angle to get there now, though.
Just wonder if he pops this one down the rail, if he brings the cue ball out far enough to leave himself straight on the yellow that's nearest to the black into that top corner, because that's the only one that just poses a problem if you leave it too long. I think that's what he's going to do. That's brilliant. Perfect. Pops this one into the corner, one into the middle, top corner, black in the centre, and 2-1. This time there's no way that McAllister's going to miss these.
Yeah, really nicely done. Simple 8 ball then.
And there she blows. John McAllister. It makes no difference what shape or anybody who's sat in the chair watching.
Yeah. I'm very jealous of that as a player back in my playing days. I was fully aware of who I was up against, and as much as I knew it shouldn't make a difference, it absolutely made a huge difference.
Never bothered me. I could lose to all of them.
Well, I could certainly do that. Well, this may not be a break clearance for the first time in 4 frames for John McAllister, because he may have made a ball. He doesn't have an option on. We're into a tactical exchange. First one of these at the beginning of a frame. We've had a couple where Cormac's putting himself into trouble and not cleared up off them, but at the start of the frame...
Yeah, it's the first safety we've seen since the opening frame, when McAllister played that snooker and Cormac played an incredible shot to come out of their potted last yellow and win the opening frame. This is a bit cagey because neither player has a colour at the moment. So Kerr trying to push that yellow down there and trying to force John McAllister to choose reds. I think McAllister's going to be forced into doing anything he doesn't want to do. Looks
like he's taking this on.
Try and nudge those two reds apart at the bottom. No, he didn't have the angle to do that. He's missed the pot.
First missed pot in the match from John, unless you're counting the double, which, if I'm honest, I probably am. Count double as a missed pot?
Second missed pot then.
Second missed pot then.
Cormac opting for the yellows. Didn't want to stick those two together like that. As you see, a little look of disbelief there as he looked up to the heavens from some celestial help. Can you wonder if you can play this yellow off the two down the table into the corner? Reopen and back up.
And ties up another one and another two.
I mean, he played a good shot, but he's made it far worse than it was previously. A little bit unlucky, but Chris Mellin would say that that's not unlucky. You should always legislate for all these little bumps and cannons. For me, I think I'd play it a lot harder because you just want to burst all the ball zone, but I guess he's been a tad unfortunate in his own mind. Either way, he has nothing available apart from a long yellow into the top right hand corner. So you just kind of feel that McAllister's going to come to the table and Kerr's going to run out of time. That was close. That was by the skin of his teeth. They landed that awkwardly there for Cormac. He really just didn't know what to do with them.
Went wrong from the first shot, didn't it? And good news is he's had to pull back early enough that it's certainly not giving away the frame. Sometimes when you miss or you take on a finish and it doesn't work out, you're kind of costing yourself the frame. It's happened early enough that it's not the case here, so we're back to a tactical exchange. Such a big frame. 16.5 minutes left and both players 3 frames away after a run of finishes from the break. It just feels like this one's such a huge frame.
Decent little shot there from Cormac Kerr. McAllister now got to watch where he leaves the young Irishman. There's only one tied up now for Kerr, and it'll be easy to get it out as well, so important to get the snooker right, and he has done. He's also tied up that yellow as well that the red's just gone in front of.
Ball in hand.
Well, you see Cormac Kerr there playing the foul. Couldn't quite get out of that gap, and now McAllister can place the cue ball where he wants. And as you can see, he wants this angle on the ball in the middle to go and kick out that bad red at the bottom of the table and open up the frame. Well, that's not where he wanted to land. I think he was going to get a thinner contact there, or push the yellow out with the cue ball, stay behind the red, but the cue ball sort of rolled with the yellow, and potting wise, he's only got one length for the table up at the top. awkward queuing on top. Well, tough shot. Yeah, not a very easy shot there, and John McAllister looks in a little bit perturbed by it all.
Yeah, I feel like that could cost him the frame. Certainly there for Cormac. It's not easy, but it's there. A lot depends on this first shot, actually. The pot's easy enough. It's just, what's he doing with the cue ball? He's gone for the plant because of the cue ball, and well, it's not worked out for him at all.
No, that's a costly one there. I think he should have just gone for that long pot, cracked it in as hard as he could, sort of thing, and drag the cue ball back and go from there. Those sort of slow plants there, you don't really know where the second ball's going, and because of the proximity of John's reds as well, he's left him on. You know, and there's nothing in the way. He just makes his first cut into the corner, and all of a sudden he's 5-4 down. He had a great chance there. He's not gone.
I think he has, the way he's reacted. Yeah, well, that's incredible. I can only assume that he felt that turned on him, or it did turn on him, in terms of, I know he's trying to play it in slow, but he
could have played it firm and just he was holding on the red anyway.
I mean, it's a strange one, regardless, but it's a major error, and it's not going to cost him.
It's been an amazing game, really, just for the fact that we start off with the first stage showing the first opening frame, and then it's been the last four frames have been the two breaking dishes each. You know, and McKinnis did a reverse on Cormac before that.
Well, it was 5, wasn't it? Five break clearances, and it's incredible what the. It's kind of started off slightly slow, and all of a sudden this frame is just, well, it's pretty much on the 10-minute mark here, and it's been huge. I mean,
well, we're heading for the 15 seconds of shot as well.
Got to throw that into mix. John should, if he makes the clearance here, John should get out before we get to the 15 seconds of shot. But I'm going to hold myself and before I say he should get out, because I think he should have got out previously.
It's just been odd. It's like they've both got their wheels stuck in the mud at the same time, really, haven't they? Well, left himself queuing slightly over that yellow. And ideally, he wouldn't want to be there, but you can't see him missing it now.
Well, amazing frame comes to an end. 10 minutes that one took, but it was John McAllister that has got the victory, and we are 10 minutes away from the end of this match, and that sums up that frame. Well, it's dry, so hope for Cormac. Well, not good. Not good from Cormac. Misses the first ball, and that could be his last shot in Pro Series 3.
Yeah, it's a loose one all right there from Cormac Kerr. And if you give John McAllister that sight of the finish line, he generally gets over it.
Yeah, he's not a player that will fade away when he sees that finish line. Normally smashes through it.
Just looking at this plant up into the top corner.
Yeah, you can get on the one by the 8 ball off the plant, and everything's done really. Just has to connect the dots.
Well, apart from a couple of little blips here and there, it's been pretty positive from John McAllister, and his break's been pretty good all the way through the match. He's 3 break finishes, I think.
Yeah, 3 on the trot at the right time, didn't he? From 2-0 down, he's come up with 3 on the trot, and he's just got himself really into it. And okay, yeah, a couple of mistakes. But, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, if he goes on and wins here, how he feels about this match. And
cracking shot.
It's been a pretty high, high quality affair, really. You don't expect players to play flawlessly, but sometimes the players do. That's why I think it'd be interesting to hear what he's got to say about it.
Well, Cormac also is he's going to be ruined a couple of mistakes as well. It's been there for him. Especially as John's played well, but he has had chances.
Yeah, I think it's a match that Cormac's going to look back on and think, I think I could have got more out of it. Certainly could have pushed John a lot closer than 7-4. Looks like it's going to be 7-4. Good start here for John McAllister. And here's the champion. Last time we were here is up and running. That's his last 96 match. Done and dusted. 7-4 victory over Cormac Kerr. And he'll move on to the last 64.
This is the last 64 of Pro Event 3. And it's 2 up-and-coming players, 2 of the young guns. It's Luke Gilbert, who's won the lag and just broken the first frame. He's playing against Morgan McKinnis. And Nick Finn, joined on commentary by Josh Kane.
Yeah, good afternoon, Nick. Good afternoon to all the viewers at home.
Yeah, I say 2 up-and-coming players. I mean, Luke has definitely cut his teeth on the Ultimate Pool Tour. Came through the Challenger Series a couple of years ago and has been increasing, just increasing his stature right the way throughout every event, pretty much. And he lifted a trophy in the first weekend. It's just been fantastic to see his growth and his climb. And across the table from him, Morgan McKinnis, who is every bit as equal player of Luke. He's a lot newer to the Pro Series, but there's things to come from Morgan over the next couple of years, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. Morgan's improving all the time. He's certainly not a player to take lightly, but as you said at the start there, Nick, Luke is very established pro on the circuit now, and I've played with Luke for years, watching him grow up and get better. And for me, he was always the standout person coming through from the age group below myself. When I was 25 or so, Luke would have been 20 odd, and he was always the standout for me. So it's certainly not a surprise to me to see him do what he's been doing.
It's been wonderful
the past few years. Yeah,
wonderful to see that journey. It's been a real organic growth through Ultimate Pool. He's really probably the first player who's kind of just come from almost amateur status into pro status and then gone on and won those events. That journey's been pretty epic for him. But as I say, Morgan McKinnis obviously comes from incredible pedigree. It's been difficult for him in some ways, I guess, because you almost live in the shadow of what your dad's done. His dad's obviously Ross McKinnis, and what he achieved in the game has been absolutely phenomenal. But Morgan just starting to find his own place now. He's won so many events in Scotland. He really is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the most improved players on the amateur circuit, and now he's made his way up to the pro circuit. And like I said before, he's not one to be taken lightly. He's a very, very solid player. He'll give 100% on every single shot, and he'll always play the right shot, as we've seen there. He won't be one for pushing the boat out and going for, say, a 50-50 clearance. He'll always play the percentages.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting start to the match for him, because a lot of players would have just seen that as a very early opportunity, a chance to go for that first frame. He's just drawn back and said, no, I don't need to go for it yet. Let's try and get ball in hand and try and deal with some of the mess that's on this table, because it's not a simple table, and that shows a lot of maturity in itself. Really good. So obviously a great opening chance for Luke, which just missed that ball. I think it was just a little bit tight to that top right pocket. He probably only had half a pocket to play towards, and ultimately he's missed it. And now a great opportunity for Morgan.
Yeah, it's one of those what Luke had where you want to be pretty much barrel straight on that sort of shot, because as a player you're always sort of playing it into the right hand jaw because you know the red's there, and the last thing you want to do is hit the red. And yeah, Morgan's reaped his rewards from a good snooker, which ball in hand, which gets rid of the two trickiest balls on the table for him. So I expect Morgan to take the finish out here, but he'd like to get the ball over this bottom pocket, get rid of that soon, I'd think, so it leaves the ball on the rail as probably his last ball, I would say.
Some prelim games have been played, some pretty one-sided affairs as well. Andrew Patrick beat Connor Jones 7-2. Christy Colefield beat Matt Cook 7-1. Cole Bedford beat Ryan Pisani 7-0. And Tom Jones, off the back of a money match, I mean, he must be feeling good about his game at the moment. He's beaten Cleve Thompson 7-2, and he played a pretty big money match against Craig Day last weekend. Big pot as well, and
I was very surprised with that game. I always thought that Tom was no disrespect to Craig, but I thought that was probably Tom was big favourite for that game in my opinion, and I can't believe the pot went to how high it did because of that fact, you know. Don't know what your opinion is on it, Nick, but I thought the way Tom's improving as well, like Morgan, they've come up through the amateur ranks and they're improving all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
I had Tom down as a big favourite for that match.
Tom's got a lot of money match experience. I mean, Craig has as well. I don't think Craig played as well as he could during that match, but it's a hard environment when you go. And it was obviously, you know, Tom's home venue, and that was a hard one for him. But, yeah, as I say, he'll go into this weekend with a lot of confidence. And talking about a lot of confidence, Lewis Roberts is currently 2-0 up against Tom Cousins on table 2. And Callum Singleton 2-0 up against Greg Batten, so they've started their weekend very nicely.
Morgan's left himself. Oh, what a shot! That's heart of the pocket.
Fantastic
shot. Great shot.
Yeah, he left that tough.
I like that, Nick. He just didn't he didn't shake his head. He knows that he should be way better on that ball, but he didn't shake his head. He didn't huff and puff, and he just took his time. So he is a confident player, and he's confident in his ability.
Wow, that was a much better break from
I think
Morgan
he should have stuck
McKinnis.
with his first tactic. He had a better result.
That was
Skim off the top ball.
He's absolutely flushed this, and the cue ball's popped up off the table. It was just about to stop, and then just got kicked in. Very unlucky, and wide open table, and fully expect this one to be 2 each very soon.
That's unbelievable. Look, he didn't even make a ball other than the cue ball, and you think on his last break he made 2 or 3 and left the easiest layout you could wish for. Crazy game.
Luke just needs to be careful there. He just saw him kind of the cue ball. Just we've seen that a few times where a player puts down a cue ball and it just flicks off their finger and runs across and hits another ball and it's foul. It's like, oh my goodness, horrible.
So it's been a great start to this match by both players. They both settled in really well. A mistake by Luke in the first frame, but he looks to be in fine form now.
Yeah, just had enough angle there. He could punch it across. He wants to take these 2 balls to the top left first, and then use the one over the centre as his transition ball to get down the table. And again, navigating it absolutely perfectly. So he can just pick his spot now. This is just again
perfect.
Just a simple shot, but one that is easy to overrun if you haven't quite got the pace of the table. Lovely. Didn't want to finish too high because then the red would have come into play.
He would have loved another roll. I think he's got to load this up with left hand side. Yeah, but he's played it really well.
Yeah. Very nice. He's definitely settled now.
Great standard so far by these two players. Huge frame now for Morgan. You think if he's to lose this one, it's pretty much curtains. The way Luke's playing, and he started off just the way he wanted it to. Great break.
The cueing there suggests that he's just slightly left eye dominant. He was just cueing just to the left hand side of his chin.
Yeah, I've never noticed that before with Morgan, to be honest, until you just mentioned it there.
There's some players who obviously do it huge, like Aaron Davis is the obvious example, who cues near his left ear.
It's amazing how he can pot a ball, isn't it? And it's amazing how he's
yeah.
such a good player.
But yeah, Morgan just definitely favouring the left side there. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if he does that, whether it's just on his break or whether it's a natural thing for him. I would imagine it probably is a natural thing.
Yeah, now you mention it, I'm sure. I think it is a natural thing, but something I've not properly noticed before. Yeah, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's to the left side of his chin, isn't it? What's he done here? He wanted the gap, didn't he? But
he's got a lot of problems now.
yeah, I think a safety shot is required here, but he's outnumbered with balls already as he potted a yellow off the break.
Yeah. Now's the time to draw stumps, because there's still a lot of problems on there for Luke as well. I don't think we'll see Luke attacking from here.
No, as well as Luke's playing, I don't think even he can clear up from here.
Mark Fleming in the background, watching over his fellow countryman and friend. Mark and his brother Ryan, we'll see them in action over this weekend.
It's a good shot by Luke, but I'm not sure if he's left the long yellow. If he has, it's sort of a free go for Morgan at the finish, really. He's missed that by a way. Oh,
what a flick.
He's raised his hand here, but he could be in a lot of trouble after this shot.
Doesn't do him a lot of favours in this rule set.
I don't think Luke wanted the flick on the red. He wanted to hide this yellow. I think it goes to the top pocket, and he can just drop it in, and he'll be perfect on
the double.
On the double, yeah.
Mm.
And in turn, perfect on the gap if he lands straight enough on the double to play the last yellow second last yellow into the corner and just nudge the red. He's played it in the centre. That surprises me, but he's potted it.
Andy Williams is 4-2 up against the young gun Kyle Cope. Kyle obviously new to the Pro Series this year as well. A lot of good things expected from Kyle, but he's trailing.
Did that double kiss? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it felt like it double kissed.
It did double kiss.
How it's still gone in. Luke's got a smile on his face. He's landed plumb as well.
Wow, that's unreal. And like you say, Nick, he couldn't really. Well, another roll to the right of the cue ball would have been ideal, but I don't think he can grumble.
No, I think he can nip this and
after a fluke like that,
play it into the red. Yeah, maybe a little bit thinner than I initially thought, but you can't avoid going into the red. It's
oh wow,
that
the red's going.
That also works.
Wow. Wow.
Brilliant.
I actually like that last shot because sometimes as players we work out all these things and try and be absolutely precise, and I quite like the way he's played that. He's just thought, yeah, just make sure of the pot, see what happens.
Yeah.
Right smile from Morgan.
Give it a go.
Again, he's come across the front ball, and this time no friends.
No, lost it slightly, just caught the knuckle on that left middle pocket.
I think we'll see Luke take out the match here. The yellows look very inviting.
Greg Batten fighting back. He's now 5-4 down.
Was Callum 5-2? Was it 5-2 Callum in that, Nick? Can't remember now.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Luke you just got to be careful here that you don't snook yourself. Maybe play high on this ball. He definitely wants to get it out of the way. Oh wow, maybe I assumed that yellow he's closest to went in the centre pocket, but I think he might have been playing position on it into the top right there. I think if it doesn't go in the centre, it certainly goes off the red that's nearest to the centre, I'd imagine. I think he's played position on it again and he's absolutely perfect.
Yep.
Great shot. That was risky. Why did he play it with screw?
Goodness me.
Wow, that was risky. He's had a touch again. Team Blessed is back.
He's not afraid to dead weight a ball, is he?
Lovely shot.
A lot of faith in the table.
Yeah.
Shows how well this table's been set. Oh, just a tiny touch aside on that. Kick the cue ball down the table.
But again, he's left the perfect angle just to drift on and off the top rail.
Yep.
Great performance by Luke.
Very good stuff from Luke Gilbert.
As a professional, you try and do sort of things like that in exhibitions, and it might take you 4 or 5 goes to get anywhere near it, and to actually play that in a match, at one chance, and get on the black.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know,
was ridiculous.
The best shot I've ever seen, especially on the. It's a shot that you're never really going to see again, in my opinion. You know, maybe once in a lifetime sort of shot that happens, and somebody pulls it off. So, fair play to him, and he is good at the trick shots and everything else. So. He would be well practiced in that. If I had a go at that, I think the cloth would be ripped and they'd be holding the table and probably be getting fined by holding the pool.
Well, here he is, Houdini, Carl Morris.
Seen him. I was in playing earlier on today around lunchtime, and he was in practicing. So, you know, you see certain players coming in. You notice who's practicing, who's obviously seen them in the practice room. So Carl's been in doing a bit of practice. So. He's obviously wanting to come here and perform better. You know, I don't think he's underachieved for his standards, you know, so far in the Ultimate Pool. So I've seen him in practicing on his own there. It's at his lunchtime. Tell me that he's up for this.
Oh yeah, he was very animated when he plays, and he was saying that he thinks he can get his game back to where it was many years ago. I mean, he was world champion in 1998, I believe. I think I commentated on that at the time as well. Sporting a lovely pair of trousers, by the way, I have to say.
He sort of his last shot, the cannon, just didn't come out as he wanted, and I think he's underhit that by quite a way. He was trying to leave that cue ball right up onto the ball cushion.
Yeah, he's played a lot of turn and certainly be at the table. But yeah, I think you're right there, Declan.
I don't know what the plant's like for Carl here. It looks like he's pretty much straight behind the actual potting angle of this plant, so Carl will be very disappointed to leave in this, because there was 2 sort of insurance balls to be sort of awkward for Carl to take out a finish. If we can get this plant, then they're all there.
Yeah, tricky opening shot. So we're going to see you later on this evening, I hope.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm on the stream. I haven't even looked, to be honest. I need to double check what time I'm definitely playing at as well.
They've got to put you on the stream, surely.
Oh well, no, the cabbages are at the back and I'm one of them.
I don't think you're one of them at all. Well, there's a fair shot there from Cole Sutton. Now he's got a real chance.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Carl just left him absolutely right behind that plant. Anywhere else on the table, that plant's very hard, but he just left him straight behind the potting angle of that plant, and all the reds are now sitting nicely in the open. And these are sort of, Carl Sutton's one of them players. You don't want to let him get his cue action going, because whenever he starts flowing, he can roll them off very easy.
Great player, watched him many a time, and he's like you say, once he gets going. But then, like so many of the players, and you can't just say that the whole game's down to the break and this and that, but it does have a massive factor in it.
Yeah, of course, it really does. Just certain players you play, you just know you want that good start against them, rather than sometimes you play players and you lose one or two and you still feel you don't feel threatened, but when you lose one or two to the likes of Carl Sutton, it can quickly turn from 3 to 4 to 5 in a short space of time. And they're the sort of players you don't want to give any confidence to.
No, not at all. Houdini breaking off here, frame 4. Got his nose just in front.
Oh, just missed the corner bag as well. Just them wee bits of luck. Things aren't going your way. That cue ball just spins right into the far jaw.
You do not want to be going anywhere near it. Would not only that, the balls that are coming in that direction could always help it in as well.
You near think the spin would take it towards the pocket, but it just stayed away. Now it seems to have. I'm just looking. Well, you'd be happy with this.
Yep.
Look at the reds.
You're disappointed if you don't finish out from here.
Yeah,
for sure.
especially if the red beside the 8 ball goes, which it definitely does look like. It's not as. That's okay. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's played down that far, but I'm not sure he did. I think he's overrun it. I think he wanted to just drop onto the one that's over the left middle. He would have then dropped it in and left the angle to stun across for this red into the same pocket.
Would you not play the one into the centre pocket now?
Yeah,
I would. I wouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
He's playing. The other red on the right hand side of him. I'd be playing out into the centre.
Yeah, it's okay. You could use that yellow as a buffer, as you said, Tony. You like the
buffers.
You like the buffers, don't you?
Now then, Declan. Well, he's still in decent position. I mean, you still fancy him to go out.
So, do you draw the cue ball back here, Tony, or do you just stop it dead and leave it the one cushion? Do you play it off the cushion across?
I screw it back and I play with the angle coming down off the bottom rail and off the side rail. I don't like this shot.
Do you not?
No, prefer the other way.
Oh, well,
I don't know why.
I'm not sure I would have went this way now.
I played that. Yeah.
I would actually just leave the cue ball in the centre of the table and just play this one across into two into the same pocket. Well,
so I would have been playing this red, but from the other side of it.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's left a wee bit more angle than I had liked on this one. Still shouldn't be a problem.
Each their own, innit? You see things in certain shots that players prefer than don't prefer. Because I can play. If I play the other side, I can play a harder shot.
Yeah.
Hit it firmer, which is more of a roly-poly shot, and I'm not keen.
Yeah, I like the way he's played that though. It's just a natural.
It's
just a natural angle. Just pot the ball and come straight across. Don't have to do anything with the cue ball.
Yeah.
Just judge pace.
Carl, when he does approach his finishes, does like to use the rails a lot. He likes to bump into around, come back out. He doesn't when he plays like little touch screw shot. He doesn't do that. When I watch you play, and you will go around the balls in a different manner than Carl does.
Yeah,
Carl will use a rail and come back out. Another play for that, Chris Mellon as well. He'll use the firmer shots and come off cushions.
Melling loves it.
Yeah.
Melling snickers himself on purpose, so he can come around at 4. Losing the last 3. Oh, Carl, he's went from one middle to the other.
Yep.
And
this is a bad breaking day. You really don't want it's not happening at the moment for Carl Sutton from the breaks. See his face of dejection.
Yeah, it's the biggest pet hate of any pool player is putting the cue ball straight into the middle pocket off a break. God, it drives you insane. It's just like drives me insane anyway. I'd be kicking myself inside whenever I do it.
It's like if you're playing golf and you've got to chip over the bunker onto the green. It's like chipping it straight into the bunker, isn't it?
It's just like duffing it into the bunker. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Just duffing it and. Well, it's interesting. I think the yellows beside are a plant.
Yep, it must be, because he would never have played that shot if they weren't.
Probably just overrun this a little bit.
Well, he'd like to be playing that plant and see all of the cue balls, so he can choose where he wants to put it for his next ball. Now he's a bit limited to what he can do. Having said that, he's just going to be happy that he's at the table on somebody else's break.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
you know, as a player, if you're calm-wise and your opponent keeps going in off the break and bad break, I mean, you're delighted, aren't you, if you're sat there, well, you'd be at the table.
Almost takes a bit of pressure off you know what I mean? Just like you're getting your choice of balls every frame, pretty much. Which at this level is just too big. You know, you can't be allowing people at this level to be.
No, you're going to find yourself a good few frames down aren't you, before you can get back in.
Yeah. Because they have to make a lot of mistakes for you to actually be able to win the match then, you know. And you don't get many mistakes in this level now, although Carr's made one now.
You see,
He might.
sign of frustration there from Carl Morris.
I don't know if he can actually blast this yellow into the red to play it into the middle pocket. I don't know, he has to hit that very hard for it to be on. Oh, it's obviously not on.
A little cut in the middle here.
Shot.
Oh, that's a tremendous pot.
What a shot that is.
That really is.
Never happy, is he?
No, he wanted to be nearly dead straight on his cross, but the pot. I mean, this is a brilliant shot. Very, very acute angle. Pot into the centre, and he just put into the part of the cloth where he did want the cue ball.
He's loading up with the wrist jack side here, trying to straighten this cue ball up.
He's on it.
What a shot he's played there, you know. Just, I didn't even think that was on. Dug it out.
Well, the boy can play a bit when he gets going.
You'd need to be able to play with them trousers, wouldn't you?
I agree.
Yeah.
Super out, isn't it? It's just a super finish, Declan.
Definitely wouldn't have expected this match to go the way it has.
But you made Sutton favourite, didn't you?
I did make Carl's favourite just down to the fact that he's a more informed player, you know.
Well, Morris breaking off to try and win the match. He's made a bull. Reds.
Yeah, look at the Reds. He's got one on the cushion, but he'd be delighted with that again.
Well, he hasn't got to knock anything out, Declan, has
No,
he? It's all there for him. If he doesn't miss his pots and gets his position, he's into the next round. Simple as that.
Yeah. The way he's been playing, I can't really see him not doing that, to be honest, Tony. He looks like he's just going to... Everything looks very easy for him today. You know, he's just going about his business nicely, just...
Chris Mellin always puts it into a very simple perspective. He says, all I want is 7 chances.
Yeah.
Maybe the last event he played Brian Howker and he didn't get 7 chances then. Wow.
Oh, wow. What's happened
Where
there?
on earth has that come from?
Well, I think he maybe thought he couldn't miss. I think he was maybe playing a big pocket there as well, was he? I don't know.
I'm just sat here thinking, you know, where's he going next for the next ball, and I'm not.
Yeah, took your eye out of the
In
actual.
any part of the equation did I think he's going to miss that red into the corner.
Yeah. I'm a bit like yourself, Tony.
Well, if Sutton runs out here, he'll be fuming because he's just had his first glimpse of the finishing line there.
Yeah.
And you want to get these matches. If you're 6-1, you think, right, just get it done now. Go to my hotel room, chill out for a few hours before my next round.
I've seen it all, Tony. This last 2 years, and I know what way the games can change on just one mistake. And
Have another look at this. Now, what was he doing? No, he
just
wasn't playing the big pocket.
No, he just missed it. Yeah.
Forced it.
Yeah,
Or tried to force it.
Forced it and just trying to. He's more worried about getting that gap to get down for this red that Carr's potting now. Carr's knocked it in. That's the thing, like, you know, this game is crazy. Like, honestly, 6-1 up and Carr's with Morris has a chance to win the match, and you just think, oh, this is just. Like, he's been hammered.
Yeah.
Now in the next 10 minutes, this game could be 6-5.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just go past in the foot.
Well, there's plenty of time on the clock.
It's happened so many times. Well, he's not played that
A
well.
bit straight, isn't he?
Yeah, he might have.
Screw inside.
Just punch it up. Just force the angle.
He had more angle than I thought he had there. I didn't realise I thought he was dead straight. No, just a controlled cueing shot now, just to screw the cue into the left-hand side rail. Come out for the last red. Wants to leave himself an angle to come down the table for the black. And he has done.
Yeah, that's nice.
And that is perfect.
Well, he's been given a lifeline and he's taken it, so now it's just, I believe it's going to be Carl's break now, so now you're just thinking, okay, break, get a ball, take out a finish, go 6-3, and at least ask another question of Morris, you know. Just try and keep asking questions at this stage, just, you've nothing to lose, like, you know. You're obviously not expecting to win from here, but it's gone dry.
Well, that's not what the doctor ordered, and he's immediately given Morris a second chance to end this match.
Yeah, although this is not as easy a chance as the last chance he had.
Which means he'll get this one.
Yeah, that's the funny other thing, isn't it? You focus more again. The yellows aren't too bad. That's nice. It came out perfect using the red. Just that yellow that's nearest the baulk line. I'd love to get rid of that as soon as he can. You'd love to just leave an angle where he takes the yellow down the cushion and comes across the yellow into the same pocket. Because if he doesn't land on it, he's still got the option of the yellow to the middle then afterwards. You know, you're always trying to just leave yourself with options.
Yeah.
He's just looking at the line now. Is that shot on? Can I get the cue ball over there? So he'll be able to know now whether that's where he can get the cue ball to. If he leaves himself straight, then that shot's not on. So it tells you that that shot isn't on the 8 ball, possibly just in the way for that shot. If I'm going to just draw this cue ball back somewhere to where he is now, would be absolutely ideal. Decided to go down this way. Just getting a little bit tricky. So what he's probably looking to do is he's going to try and stun the cue ball up in between the two reds. So that's his goal post. That's where he's aiming. If he lands short, he's got the yellow to the middle. If he goes through the gap, he's perfect. So he's just using them two reds as a goal post here for a positional. Just slightly under hit. If he rolls another 6 inches, the match is done. But I think he's okay. He can just screw it back maybe 6 inches, leave the yellow to the middle, nudge the red out of the way, and he's fine. So it's not as bad as it actually first seems. Priority to get on this yellow first, so he's done that. So that's nice. So drop the yellow in, use the red as a buffer.
Yeah, as long as he hits it sort of half ball so he doesn't end up glued to the yellow.
No, he's fine. He's perfect angle. He just drops it in. Cue ball should come away from the yellow. Just wow, he
wiped his feet.
He potted that thick, Tony. That's why he's actually got so close to the yellow. I think he's actually took his eye off it a wee bit, but he's fine. Just done it. Just lovely. Nice 8 ball in the middle.
Well, he's been quality, that's for sure. This for the match. And in it goes, and Carl Morris progresses into the next round with the 7-2 destruction of Carl Sutton.
Well, he's got a tough match up here, though, with Callum Singleton, a player he's probably been on a little bit of a downer in terms of ultimate pool terms. He hit the ground running when he turned professional, making it through to a final very early on.
Against Chris, wasn't it?
Against Chris Melling, yeah.
Even in the Challenger series, it just looked like the transition into the pros was going to be sort of a walk in the park for him. It looked like he was going to just slide in and that he would be sort of at home straight away. But yeah, I don't know if he's sort of maybe not been playing as much or whatever. But it's noticeable that he hasn't had the results that he sort of had right at the start.
Yeah, one of the results he did have right at the start was a really good victory against Tom Cousins when Tom was in the middle of winning titles in a bunch early last year as well. And you know, it was Callum Singleton that kind of stopped him in his tracks and That's what he has to try and do again here.
Yeah, I think the start of this match is really key for Callum. He just looks like he's one of these sort of momentum slash confidence players, similar to somebody like Josh Kane or something. It's like a very good front runner. Like he's very consistent overall as well. But I feel like if he starts well, he just gets a bit of a head of steam. Maybe like a Christy Caulfield as well, similar sort of thing. Like
Yeah.
a hard person to peg back.
Well, it is Callum with the opportunity to start quickly here. Race to 7, 50 minutes in the Pro Series.
Yeah, the sort of layout doesn't really offer itself sort of easily here, unless he might be tempted to try and get the top two out of the way, but I just don't feel like to get into it. Yeah, he's thinking about it. Maybe leaving one of them up the table. Yeah, I feel like if he'd left them two, it would have been a tricky shot to get up. Good on them two to then get onto the 8 ball as well. So we'll see how he goes about it here.
Slightly strange one. Is he playing the plant here, which would be strange?
And I
from
feel
here?
like he's overrun it a little bit. I feel like he wants to go across to the sort of left cushion up where Tom sat and land on the top cushion. He's just a bit thin on this. He wants to be leaving the angle to be coming out to the middle of the table for the black rather than... He can still hold it, but he was a bit thinner than he... Yeah, just like this. He's checked it a bit
snooker
much.
himself. The way he played that one is almost though, was he trying to get the underside of the yellows, or did he just get the line completely wrong? Cause
Yeah, he did. He tried to go by the yellows and leave the cue ball so it would be coming across the table rather than sort of coming down the table. It's probably a harder one to judge.
and he should get the red, but he's not likely to get good on the 8 ball here.
That's as good as he could have hoped. He's got his hand on the table at least.
Feels a big shot early in this match.
I thought he might be playing the double there. I don't know why. Just the way he was lining up, he didn't really give it a lot of time, did he?
Air of frustration the way he played that 8 ball.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like he decided early. Didn't really sort of give himself time to...
We hear a lot of players talking about how much these pockets can play generous, brand new conditions out there and the way the balls are. And I thought he'd just try and float that in dead weight and, give it every chance to take it.
Yeah, I was watching Morgan McKinnis against Gilbert earlier on. He had a similar shot and Morgan just backed himself, and to be honest with you, any table it would have went in. But he's maybe got that in the back of his head, sort of thinking, yeah, if I play this nice enough and it's generous, it'll go in. But he's just backed himself and played it really good. It's as if, yeah, Callum was just a bit frustrated there. Like we said, these opening moments are big for anyone playing against Tom, because it doesn't really affect Tom as much. I don't think it gives him any more sort of positivity. It just sort of gives you an extra challenge as well, going not numerically one behind, but knowing that you've let him away with one as well.
Not sure if the right hand one of the two goes. If not, he's going to be moving a yellow when he plays this one. Not guaranteed to get good position.
Yeah, I feel like he might have to just... it does look like it goes. I feel like he's maybe just going to have to judge his cannon and just leave himself on the underside of the yellow to come back down. I did actually. No, he's playing that one. I did feel like he would have got rid of the two yellows at the bottom when he was down there. Yeah, just leaving himself plenty of angle on either of the two balls. Again, I'd probably be inclined to play the bottom one here. I think he's trying to decide. I feel like if he play, it's natural if he plays his bottom one. Yeah, he's fine. He's put it really well. And so he does punish that early mistake from Callum.
And it sort of feels, it's got a similar feel to it. He's turned up to this tournament, he was 5-3 down, and then he did 4 straight from the break against Lewis Roberts to get through first round.
Yeah, White was always going in there, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you just wonder sometimes, I know it's very early in the tournament, but just things happen for Tom Cousins. And not successfully
like
here,
so
though.
it was going in before it got kissed, yeah. Yeah, it's been a funny match so far. I feel like they've let one another off the hook. Any of them could have been sort of leading by any scoreline, and
we kept closing in on 35 minutes played, and there's been 5 frames.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows you it's been a strange match. 2 players of this level.
this is by an absolute mile the most important visit of the match so far, anyway. Though, because if Callum was to sort of let Tom back in here, and Tom came out with 6 frames at 4-2 up, he'd be over the moon, because Callum's had the chances pretty much in every frame. Well, he has in every frame, albeit one of the frames was very tactical. Do you know what? For somebody who's who's a very mentally strong person, Callum does still look like he's thinking about the errors before. Like he doesn't look like he's sort of giving himself a shake.
Do you find that can happen though as a player? Sometimes you just go through a few poor results and lose a little bit of confidence, and you start overthinking it.
Yeah.
I think we talked about, obviously we mentioned Scott Gillespie. Obviously he looked fantastic in the British Open, but I kind of sense he's been going through a lot of that himself.
Yeah, and you're more thinking about things going wrong. But I feel like just within this match, within this sort of half an hour period or whatever it's been so far, I feel like the errors, yeah, you can just forget. You're only 1 frame behind, you can forget about them. But I feel like it's still weighing down on him a little bit. Like I feel like these would have been a formality if he hadn't made errors. And again, it looks like he is going to get them, of course, but.
Yeah, I mean, but if he can make the clearance here and make it 3-3, he's going to be playing like a 14-minute match against Tom Cousins. Okay, it's a race to what will be 4 at that point, but it's more a case it's just a 14-minute match. And that's not a bad place to be, you know, when you're going into a match against the number 1 player.
Yeah, you'd have taken him out at the start, but even if he gets the first chance in the next frame, which is his break, isn't it? Yeah,
It is, yeah.
So if he sort of gives himself a good chance of clearance and he leaves sort of say 10-12 minutes on the clock, he will have a look at the clock and he will think, well, suddenly all of a sudden I'm almost favourite. From thinking at the start you have to play your very best stuff to play nowhere near your best stuff and possibly being, a frame up with 10 plus minutes to go, you'd be over the moon.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's done what he had to do there and made the clearance, so we are 3-3. There's 14 minutes left in this match. The match clock is going to have a say.
Oh, Tom is absolutely flushed that break. That is not good for Callum, who's just hoping for maybe another unlucky and off. If they show you it again, he has flushed it right down the middle. It's maybe not as easy as it sort of you would have hoped, how good he hit the break, but
Just wondering if he takes yellow off red, does that do all the work in the first shot? From the main camera it looked okay, but from the overhead it's not as easy a shot.
Yeah, it does look like he would have to catch it quite thin. I mean, he's playing it all. Yeah, you're right. It did. As soon as you changed camera angle, it looked fine, didn't it? Yes, he just doesn't mind his work here because, like you say, without a golden break in play, if he finishes these and leaves 3 minutes on the clock, Callum will need to get skates on. Can't wait to see how Tom analyses this game.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what he's going to say. I mean, he's not won the match yet, but
yeah, like
4 balls away from being 2 in front with 2.5 minutes to play. It's a strong place, isn't it?
Still a couple of shots to be played here, though. He's not landed very good on this. Yeah, he's chosen to come back for this one, though, has he? Yeah. That was the right choice, I think. Because he was always going to be on the wrong side of that yellow up the top. He's managed to eke even more out of this frame time-wise than I thought as well. It's 2.5 minutes by the time he gets his winner. He's letting every second trickle away.
Yeah,
And so he should, the way this match is going.
He absolutely should, but you don't see him do it too often.
No.
He really has been there. He's watching the clock and right the way down to the wire on a few shots. And he gets it down to 2:21 left on the match clock.
Once again, first 4 frames, never played a single shot. And seems to be happening quite a little bit too often for my liking.
Yes, I was on the comms when you played Brian Halker at the event 1, and that was a bit of a situation happening there with the old breaks. And this is Sean Sharkey. You see the red dropping into the centre, and he's played up against Batman, Eddie Barker. Sean just got onto the Pro Series this season from Ireland. Took over my old job, the Irish captain. Tremendous player as well, I have to say, and I'm looking forward to this game against the seasoned pro Eddie Barker. You know Eddie very well, Chris. Played him, I mean, you must have played him quite a few times, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I've played Eddie 2 or 3 times, maybe more. It's a long time since we've played, but he's a great cueist, and just first glance, Sean will be looking to just cannon the yellow out here.
Well, the funny thing is I think Eddie's definitely, well, he beat Carl Fitzsimmons in the last match. He's also played one before, and Sean Sharkey's not played a game today. He's had a buy into the 32.
Yeah, it's pretty strange, really. You don't often see that. I mean, I feel a little bit hard done by because I've never had a buy.
And Sean's just qualified.
Yeah, he's just qualified as a pro, so you think the buy would be to the seeded player, but unfortunately,
yeah, I've just said to him as well, just before they went out, I saw Sean, because obviously know him, and I said, you must have spent the time then having a practice. He said, no, I've not hit a ball. He said, I've been spent all day travelling.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me. I think that's something that, moving forward, we have to look at. The players don't really get the opportunity to, well, they don't get the opportunity at all to play on the match tables. So you're going on pretty cold, really, and these match tables do play totally different to the outside tables.
They do indeed. But this will warm Sean Sharkey up. Should he get this finish?
Yeah, I don't mind that shot. I think I'd have just done that in and tried to just pop the yellow and roll the black down the cushion. I think he's just going to drop this in dead weight and leave a black down the cushion. This isn't really a tough shot.
Yeah, it's not going to be hit with any pace.
Wow, it turned. I think that actually turned there, Tony.
Did it?
If we could get another look at that from this camera angle, we might be able to see if that turned or not. Cause
well, I wasn't expecting him to miss it, that's for sure. Barker, look at the reds. Well, I'm going to have another look now then, Chris. So the eagle eye of Chris Mellon's going to look at this.
Can't really see from that angle, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Look, played a little tad wide where he played sort of far draw, expecting it to just gobble up and go in.
Yeah, and he could have made it so much easier for himself by just potting the yellow and nudging the 8-ball towards the corner. It wasn't a difficult shot, but I just noticed a couple of shots what Sean played, and he's a brilliant player. He's a little bit jabby on the shots, where under pressure that will catch you out eventually. Eddie, on the other hand, is very smooth. He never hits a ball hard.
Nope.
Gets a lot of reaction on the cue ball, and he's got absolutely nothing to do here.
Well, Barker's not played on the TV table today, so it's not, like you said before, the outside arena tables do play differently to the TV ones. But he has had matches, so that's still got to bode well for you, isn't it?
Yeah, getting your hand on the table is important, and Eddie has done that where, like you say, Sean has had what we call 2 walkovers, 2 buys, so he's not really had time to get any match practice or match time.
And they want to get a frame on the board in double quick time. That's a nice break up. Kept the cue ball right in the middle of the table, Chris.
Well, I'm going to say something here.
Go on then.
You might think I'm being a bit silly, but how on earth has that ball gone straight in the right-hand corner pocket at 100 mile an hour? Because if them balls was touching, that cannot happen. It has to hit 2 inches to the left of the right-hand side pocket and 2 inches to the right of the left-hand side pocket, bottom corner pocket. It just can't go straight in. There had to have been a gap.
You're not having that at all, Ian?
No. I'll bet anybody on the planet that can't happen unless there's a gap.
We might get some takers in anybody on the planet.
Anyone. He's got to be a little bit careful, Sean. He'd love to leave the red that is closest to last. It'd be very wise now to pot the one in the top left-hand corner that he's looking at, screw back, then play the one that's roughly on the line in the middle of the table. Then the one in the bottom right-hand corner, go up the table for the one in the right middle, then the left middle, then the 8 ball. Oh, we had a little kick there. Did you see the cue ball jump?
I did, yep.
He's got to be careful here because this may top on itself and just stick to the cushion. Like that.
It's just looking a bit edgy for me.
Well, I'll tell you what could happen, Tony. If he pots this, he might flick the yellow to the side cushion and block the 8 ball. He's got to be very, very careful here. Very careful. There you go.
Yeah, he played it with not enough pace. He was always going to hit that yellow. And like you said, Chris, he's now blocked the path for the black ball. Not only that, he's not left himself an easy pot to... There's no double either into the middle. I don't think that yellow's in the way.
He's got to pot the red in the bottom right-hand corner and screw into the yellow that's bang in the middle of the table. That in turn then will leave a half ball red in the middle, bring the black off the cushion and play it into the other corner. I mean, this isn't the shot. I can't see how he can possibly get position. Unless you get a flick like that.
And then move the black.
Oh my word.
And move that yellow.
What
He's done it all.
That is.
He's done it all in one shot, Chris.
Yeah, he needed a little bit of luck there.
Sean Sharkey knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that was a little...
You're going to say luck of the Irish?
A little bit of hope, but it was a good shot that he played. Oh, you can see how wide that's just thrown there.
Yeah.
And this is the difference. Like I said it 10 minutes ago, you know, you're playing on the outside tables and that cue ball can't hit them yellows playing the shot he's played on the outside tables. On here it throws so wide, it's a completely different game. It really is. Yeah, and he couldn't double kiss that. He couldn't double that for the double kiss, and you have to feel a little bit for Sean because he's trying his hardest, but it's just not happening for him at the moment.
Well, he pulled out, like you said, I mean, that last red, and he played it with the side to come through and try and kick the black out, and he played the pot really well. And like you say, he just threw so wide, catching those yellows, but be a little bit frustrated with young Sean Sharkey at the moment. Still a long way to go, and this is not a gimme finish for Eddie Barker. He's going to have a test of cueing for him now.
Nicely played there. Could have done with a bit more angle. He's going to roll the yellow in, then roll the other yellow in, flick the other one up the cushion. Cushion first, really, to knock it out, and then he's guaranteed position. Just wants to pot this and roll through about 2 inches.
Looks like he's pulling it back a little bit. Well.
I cannot agree with that. I just cannot agree with that. For somebody of Eddie's experience, that is, for me, is really poor. He's got to push through with the cue ball there. He's leaving a natural angle to cut the yellow in and bring the yellow off the cushion.
Well, he's hit that yellow straight into the rail as well, and he's left Sean Sharkey here with a golden opportunity to get his first frame on the board. And in it goes, and a relieved Sean Sharkey goes back to his chair.
Yeah, Denny Buchel,
It is.
I think his name is. I've actually just Facebooked him, so I didn't want to get the wrong name.
Well, I had a message ages ago from a friend of mine, Michael Fortune in Ireland. Do you remember Michael?
I do, yes.
Yeah, and there's a couple of lads out there said, look out for Demi Buchel. They said this lad's going to be some player.
Yeah, and it's funny you should say that, because I had a young lady tell me about him a few weeks ago. She practices with Denny, and she said to me, you know, this kid is a really good player, and I'd heard of him but not really seen him play. And he's pretty special, and he's going to do very well. Just got to keep his head on his shoulders and put the hours in, and there's no reason why he can't become a top player. Well, Sean's missed another good opportunity there. He missed that by quite some distance. I don't know if it was me there that saw something, Tony, but the red, for me, a couple of tournaments ago, that would have dropped. But just then it seemed like it rocked back on itself a little bit. I'd have to go out there and have a look myself after the match.
In the way when somebody else is coming out of the play. Just can't get Chris out of the arena because he's sorting the table out.
Oh, wow.
Straight into the rail again. That's very similar to the shot he missed down here into the bottom left a couple of frames ago.
Yeah, that's a very poor miss, that is, from Eddie. Not even close. And if he's snookered him on the red at the top end of the table, he's been a little bit fortunate. I think he has. He's got to play the plant. Could be an option to try and play for the red that's next to the yellow in the centre of the table after this plant. Doesn't want both reds to go in, that's for sure.
He's got neither red in.
Well, he's covered in the pockets.
Well, he didn't want that either.
Yeah, and if Eddie looks, I think that yellow goes in the top left-hand corner. It'd be wise to play that one. That in turn then opens the other yellow just below it into the same pocket. And also opens it up for the one next to the red. Oof, and that one caught the near jaw. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to do quite a few exhibitions over in Ireland, Tony. Last year, I think I did about 10 or 12 in about a 3 or 4 week period, and just some really good young players over there. And I actually went to, they had like a little club with 4 or 6 tables, and it was just full of youngsters, and they was all really good.
Yep. Would have been set great examples by the likes of Sean Sharkey, Cormac Kerr, Stevie Dempsey. All cracking players. You've got Christy Caulfield and players like that coming through as well. His first season on the Pro Series.
Yeah, he's very talented, he's Christy.
Yeah, he doesn't care who he plays. Now Eddie, he has a little bit of angle there into this ball into the centre pocket.
Got to be careful though. Doesn't want to stick on the red. Does the yellow go into the top corner, I wonder? Not good. Not good. No, yes, it can pot the...
He wanted to hit the red, didn't he, rather than the yellow?
Yeah, it can pot the yellow and screw across above it for the yellow in the centre pocket. Or it can screw below it. I think I'll be screwing above it, personally. Oh, this is short. This is short. He's got to play a really good shot now to get this cue ball out. And the last few of these that he's played, he's hit straight into the cushion. Oh, great shot. Hit that perfect. Straight in the heart of the pocket.
Well, that's perfect timing to play that shot. Like you said, Chris, he's had 2 of them and he's clunked them straight into the rail. But the one minute really, really counted to get on that black. He's hit it in sweet as a nut. And then goes the black. And once again, Eddie Barker restores his 2-frame cushion against Sean Sharkey. Trying to get himself over the line. He just requires 1 frame to do so. And the yellow is, I was just about to say, and he's going to go dry, and the yellow's gone into the corner.
Yeah, that wasn't a good break from Eddie there.
His breaking has been, let's say, inconsistent, to be very kind. I think he needs to look at that little lunge thing he's got going on. Three-ball plant there for Barker. Now, can he get the plant over on the left-hand side there? Just the 2 yellows there, that just beneath that red that's near the black.
Well, if this is a plant, then what an opportunity he's got to win the match. We're going to have to play another one.
We're both looking at it there thinking, well, yeah, because there's a lot of bumping and kicking needs to go right here, so I think he's going to play the cut.
Well, anything could happen here. Hold on to your hats.
Missed it.
Oh, wow, Eddie.
Well,
the worst thing you can do is miss the pot.
Well, Sharky's never led. Wants these to make it 6 each. What about a 6 red shootout at 6 all, and Sharky gets, but he's not been in front.
Needs this to bounce. Nicely played there from Sean. And I tell you what, he'd absolutely love to get on the ball in the middle and have the angle to just push through between the gap between the 8 ball and his other red. He's short by some distance, and that was a free shot for him to play that position. He's still okay because he can play the red in the top left hand corner should he not screw back far enough here. No good.
No, I don't like that shot.
No good. He needed to leave that short the other side of the red.
He did. I don't like it.
He's going to have to play the skill shot, Tony.
Yep.
He's going to have to pot the red in the top left-hand corner, leave it straight,
yeah,
and play the skill shot.
Absolutely. People at home don't know what that is. It's playing. He'll be playing his other red onto the yellow over the bottom left-hand corner and trying to pot them both in the same shot. He's listening to you, and here it is.
And he's
red onto yellow, pots them both.
Plumb. He's absolutely plumb on this. Don't hit the left-hand side of the yellow. Nice bit of topspin.
Oh.
He hit the left-hand side of the yellow.
Did exactly what he shouldn't do, and now he's left him straight on his plant. Here's Barker. He's got time. He wants to make sure this plant goes in. The finish line is going to be there in front of him for Barker. He's taking. I'll tell you what. Ooh.
Oh, I didn't like the way he played that.
I thought he'd just rolled it in.
I did.
It's not come out bad though, is it?
No, and he doesn't want to land short on this one.
No, he's only got to get south of this blue spot, if you like. Yeah, he's okay.
No, that's no good, Tony.
I can smash that in and round the table.
That is no good. That is not good whatsoever.
No, it sped up. It went down the table faster than I thought it would.
And watch this arc. Watch the cue ball arc here because of the cloth. See?
I'll tell you what.
He's played a great shot
That
there.
is some shot there to get on the black. And this is giving him the black ball to win the match. This for 7-5 Barker. In it goes, and a dramatic finish there to this match.
Had a good deep run as well, didn't he? In that event too, lost in the semi-final, if I remember rightly.
He did. That certainly won't be helping if he's dry breaking, but I feel his pain there. I know all about that.
Yeah, seemed to make a decent contact. Didn't get a great explosion, but a pretty good spread of the balls. And Sean will. It's a bit of a mixed bag. There's a yellow that's a problem at the top of the table, but he's got another yellow near it that he can use to try and develop, so it's not all bad news.
Yeah, and obviously he should leave himself a shot, even if he doesn't get on the one that he's intended to here. So
aiming the can on the red here?
Yeah, he'll try and hit it, you know, as thick as he can and bounce it out of the way, so he'll sort of leave a clear pot into the same top left-hand pocket, hopefully, here. Yeah, he's gone a little bit softer just to make sure that he got it, but it's perfect. He's played a nice shot there. From that angle, it looks like it's a pretty difficult chop back, you know, quite fine, but from the overhead, looks like a really simple shot.
Yeah.
It's amazing the camera angles and what they do to you. It's very deceiving sometimes. Doesn't matter how much time we spend in this comms box, it's always deceiving.
Looks like he's targeting the long one, though. Maybe he doesn't like the angle. No, I think he's changed his mind a few times here.
You play it off the red. I think that's what you might be doing here, playing it off the face of the red. No, he's changed his mind again. And he's back.
He's now changed his mind 7 times.
Can we have some music over this? Dun, 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 dun. There you go, nice shot.
Found it in the end. He's in about the best shape now anyway, so all the hard work should be done.
I've noticed today we've had quite a few in the arena today, but obviously now it's kind of tea time. People are out having the dinners, that kind of stuff. So it's died off a little bit in the arena. So he's gone too far there. That's not the best shot in the world. I think he's gone the wrong way there. I mean, you know, it should still be okay, but that wouldn't have been my path.
No, definitely not. Surely he has to be ball to middle next, doesn't it? He's going to go to the corner and navigate these
Well,
reds.
they can come around the back of these reds and play it into the top left-hand pocket, I think. Oh, he screwed it. Wow. That's a lovely shot, to be fair. Played it nice. I thought he'd just come around the back of the reds there and just play the yellow to the top left-hand pocket as we look, but he's landed absolutely plumb. Boring, an absolute disaster. This is 1-0.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, hello, what's going on here? He's put his hand up, then down and up. Wow. Well, if you can play this first yellow off the face of the red nearest to the middle pocket and clear that path, this should be 4-0.
Oh, he would have been unlucky for that cue ball to drop at that pace.
Very.
And that was another delightful break. Just, I mean, if you could bottle that and sell it, you'd make yourself a lot of money.
So the yellow here, that in essence sitting right in the middle of the table, if he plays that off the red that's closest to the left-hand middle as we look at the table, and makes that pot, he will clear that pocket there. Because as it stands, the yellow closest to the left middle doesn't go anywhere unless he lands right behind it the other side, which is tough.
Do you know, I think, is that red just not a bit too far away from the pocket? And he's going for it.
He's got it hard.
Oh.
Well, as he, well, it's not the worst result in the world. He's got a pot. He was relying on a little bit of luck there in terms of where the balls are going. It's far from perfect, don't get me wrong, but he's still at the table. It would have been better if this yellow that's closest to the 8 ball went in the bottom left, then it would have been easy. But it doesn't. So he's got to try and manoeuvre the cue ball to get on it here. Yeah, that was tough. Really, really tough, and a chance for Dom.
Loaded that upward side, didn't he? Just to get that flick off the red. He got the cue ball lovely, but just forgot the pot. He's so intent on getting that cannon right. Just took his eye off the pot. That can so often happen. And this really should be the first frame on the board for Dom Cooney, because there are no problems on this table. Hitan Patel's won the first 2 frames against John McAllister. John McAllister's obviously won the first event of this year in great style as well. He was playing fantastically well in that first event. Luke Gilbert did make that clearance, and he's now 2-1 up against Phil Harrison. Still early in all these matches. That one of the 2 games that was remaining from the last 64. Paul Clack beat Liam White 7-3. Ronan McCarthy, Luke Sanjews tied up at 3 each.
I know Liam's not been very well the last couple of days in bed, I believe, so I mean that could tell a bit of a story, but I think he's lost both matches today. Doesn't want to be too straight now, he's okay. Just enough angle just to stun across the table here.
Just needs to be careful though, there's those 3 balls, the one, the yellow near the blue spot won't come into play, but yeah, through the gap. I mean, even if he did cannon there, he would have been unlucky not to be on the red, but just needed to be careful, and played it really well. So Sean had his chance to go 4 frames ahead, didn't take it. Absolute cruncher. What do you need to do to make a ball, Jimmy? What do you need to do?
They've gone just a little bit awkward there at the top left-hand side of the table there. They're a little bit smelly.
And how fickle is this game? Because I was just about to say that could have been the last shot that Sean plays in the match, but that's
seems like he's just took his eye off that, just concentrating more on where he's leaving the cue ball, and just seems to have completely taken his eye off the pot.
Very surprising miss.
And I think that yellow, you know, between them 2 reds goes in the top left-hand pocket as we look.
Do you think?
I think it does.
It must. You're right.
I always am.
Obviously going to come across and cannon the other yellow. Can't avoid that cannon.
Oh, he's enough. Ooh, no, he's not. Okay. He's all right. He's all right. He's not left himself.
I say he's okay. What's he left? Yuck. Does the yellow cut back into the middle?
Playing a double. Oh, what a shot. What a shot that is.
That's an incredible double at this stage.
That's a great shot.
Fabulous.
Certainly one for the highlight reel. Where's he going with this?
Ooh. He has no shot.
Well,
he's got a yellow to top right.
Yeah, good luck with this. This is a horrible shot because he's got to top it into the red. Surely you can't avoid the in-off here. Oh, you definitely can't if you miscues it. Right, Dom. Time to run around like a madman. Well, actually, 5 minutes to go. Yeah, Don't need to really. Get these in a couple of minutes. Take your time, make sure you get them. It's alright if he hits that. That's lovely. Oh no. Ooh. Couldn't have gone any worse.
This game's swinging one way and another. Still can't pick
Where it goes. Does it go?
Surely never goes, no.
No. the way he came around the table, I'm thinking, oh, he's going to play it. Oh, here we go.
Is he considering a loss of turn?
No, he's going to try and screw this red in the bottom left as we look and go into them. That's what he's going to try and do, but there's a big angle this. He needs to just pinch the pocket with the loader side here. He's played it well. He's played it really well.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's a good shot. Okay, Domoney. Again, just needs to mind himself here, though, because the balls are just slightly awkward enough to make a mistake. So he's got to just trickle this in. He's going to play the red to the right middle, surely.
Well, Jimmy, I fancy we're going to the wire here.
Yeah, but again, you know, here he's got to come round the table to land on the 8. Oh, actually, he's going up and down. This is a big risk. No, this is no good. This is no good, is it?
I mean,
that doesn't go, surely. What's he played there?
I'm baffled. I mean, that has to go.
Wow.
Because why would you not just come down the right-hand side of the table? Sorry, I'm confused. I mean, I'm genuinely confused. I mean, the ball is just played. Why would you not
it's a head scratcher.
Play that with side to come down the right-hand side of the table? I mean, unless it was too thin to get any side onto the ball, I don't know.
It's a complete head scratcher, that. I think he'd be giving this a bang.
There
we go. Here we go, all on chats.
No, and that surely is the match. Wow.
Well, a very strange ending to the match here, really, because it just all seemed a little bit of a panic, didn't it?
What an incredible game of pool. But it's Sean Story who's going to navigate himself into the last 16. Shake of the head from Dom Cooney. You can understand why, because he has had his chances.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, even that one.
Well, that wiped his feet as well. He sort of almost jumped up a little bit, Sean, there to say, oh, I think I've missed this.
He might tell you how well he's playing if he can get him away from that Massey shot that he played the other week. He's too busy going on about that.
Oh, he's milking it for all his worth. And who can blame him? It was a
hell of a
unreal shot, wasn't it? How he's got that much action on the cue ball. People don't realise how hard that shot was. But yeah, I'd be milking it too. I forgot to watch Look North, I think. Hopefully he'll probably have it recorded somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
he'll be showing it to everyone around the hotel.
I was half expecting to go outside the hotel tonight and see it projected onto the moon.
Yeah. It'll probably be the most viewed clip in Blackpool this weekend, I think.
Anyway, Cyborg.
Yeah.
Opted for safety, early doors.
I don't think he had any choice there. It was a dry break, but left him no pot on, so he's played a good shot there. Carl's.
All right, he's up again.
He's touching ball, so
yeah,
it's advantage Carl here now.
So how you been playing in Arfan?
To be honest with you, I wasn't really good in my match at all. I'm still getting over a bit of the jet lag. I got back from China earlier this week, and
yeah, I said there's a few of you out there, weren't there?
Yeah, around like I've just noticed like around 6-7 o'clock in the evening, my vision's not. It gets blurry. Slowly, it's getting there.
When did you get back? Was it yesterday?
No, I got back Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Well, it's an incredible distance to travel, and it does take a lot out of you.
That's right. Yeah, but they say that like for the time difference, it's like you get an hour back. Your body gets used to it by an hour each day. So it's like it might take me a week. I don't know, but my next match is being played early in the afternoon tomorrow. So hopefully I don't feel the tiredness in my eyes. And obviously it's also a bit of a challenge getting used to the small cue ball again, and
Yeah.
you know, you're playing a completely different cue sport, different balls, different cues, in a different country that's, you know, thousands of miles away. So it is quite something to get adjusted back to this game. We could have done with it being like another week later, but it is what it is. We have to make do of the situation.
Well, if you're playing for the top prizes, that's the penance you've got to pay.
Yeah. So yeah, still no ball potted. Been plenty saved too.
I always find it incredible to watch Aaron Davis play, just of where his head is and where his cue is.
It obviously works for him, but yeah, it is amazing to see. He even breaks like that too. I mean,
Yeah.
and obviously breaks with quite a bit of power. So yeah, if it obviously it's working for him, so he's not going to change now. And probably the worst thing you can do too, if you're Aaron. He's obviously had that cue action since he was a young lad, most likely. He's not going to change now.
Well, it works for him, like you said. I mean, my word, he's a great player.
Yeah. So Carl with the opening pot of the match. Aaron had a really thin yellow, didn't really get close. So he has left the first chance to Carl, but a bit of work to do. There's a little cluster in the middle of the table that'll need a little, unless that red might go into the bottom right, but it will need to put the one that's closest to that pocket. No, on that overhead, I don't think it goes past the yellow. It will need to play some kind of cannon. You could maybe cut this in, swing the cue ball back around a couple of cushions and leave the angle on the other red to play into that. Or you could check it back off one cushion, which might be what he's doing. No, that's probably what he tried to do, but he just didn't get the side to bite.
Well, he's in no man's land now.
Yeah, he's chasing now. I don't even know if he's got a pot on now. I don't think this red goes into the bottom left. So he's probably going to have to play some kind of containing shot. He's pointing at something. He's doing his best Chris Melling impression here.
Your pal Chris, I was on comms with him earlier. I think it's too.
Oh dear, wow.
Well,
yeah, that's one way. Just get everything moving and something's going to go in. Wow, look at this result.
That's incredible.
He's put his hand up, but what was he even trying?
I don't know. I honestly, I mean, he pointed at that corner pocket. He's obviously trying to fire the red off the black and the red.
Yeah.
To get it to somehow bounce over there and go into that pocket, which is never ever on.
I just loved his reaction though. It's like he just shrugged his shoulders, thinking what's going on there. But
Aaron's just completely blank, isn't it? So I'm not going to show any. You can just imagine what he's feeling inside. He's probably thinking, God knows how he's done that to me, and well.
Yeah, he's actually played a really good shot there though. That was if he didn't get as straight as he is now on this, he would have been going away from his work on the other red. So that's really good positional shot he just played there.
Well, he's got the nickname Houdini.
Yeah, I think that was a case of a bit of magic. Whether he meant it, obviously didn't mean it, but it'll probably be on the highlight reel.
He's just escaped from a straitjacket there, that's for sure. And he's going to take full advantage.
Yeah.
Well, it's no good having a bit of luck like that and not taking advantage of it, is it?
Exactly.
He apologises again.
Yeah, that's what hurts the opponent.
So he had another bad day at the office, did your pal Chris as well. Couldn't get. He said he's 4-0 down. He couldn't get balls off the break again. Yeah,
that is so important. The break-off shot. But also, I tuned in at 4-0 down. He had one or two little positional errors where I feel like he probably suffered with not being used to the small cue ball again. But the cloth also, the cloth is normally very grippy, but it doesn't seem to be gripping the cue ball as much as players are used to. So it caught me out a couple of times in my match. You have to get into the cue ball a bit more. Normally you're kind of afraid of getting into the cue ball because it really grips on the cloth, but here I don't know, might be a bad batch of cloth. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's quite tricky to adjust, and he might have had a couple of issues, Chris, in his game, because a couple of positional errors you don't normally associate with him. He did make in that match.
Well, Morris has just got onto this yellow now. Wants to knock this bad one off the bottom rail and into open plate. Well, that one all went wrong.
Yeah, mistake from Carl, but looking at the table on reds, it's not the most inviting of clearances. There's two bad areas. The other 4 reds do have pockets, but you do need to work your way around them. But yeah,
you got the 2 there, so you've got. I mean, in an ideal world, you try and get both of these 2 out in the same shot.
That's what he's looking at now.
Yeah.
He's going to try and see if he can leave the angle. I don't know if he can get the angle even with ball in hand, because yellow might be in the way. If he goes a bit too high with the cue ball, doesn't look like he's leaving himself that angle. No, he had to force it there. It wasn't a natural angle he left.
No, he's a bit gentle, wasn't he?
Yeah, maybe the yellow was in the way, and he couldn't get the more natural angle where that was kind of like a stun run through he's just played there. It's a funny game, pool is like he's Carl's made a mistake there, but he's probably in a funny way he's probably happy for Aaron to maybe have a go at these, but this is again that's not a good angle again. I was going to say this is his best chance of getting into that little cluster.
I mean, does that red pass the yellow that it's stuck to it into the bottom left-hand corner? But then you're gonna have to take these 2 out
Exactly,
first.
it's hard to get onto it.
Yeah.
I think that what he was trying to do was the cue balls run through a little bit too much there. He was probably put this, maybe nudge into either the yellow or the red to free that ball up. He's had to force it there, so he's going to be chasing now a little bit.
Well, he's got a bit of angle here. I mean, if he could slap this in and knock the 2 balls apart there, but then again, if you hit into the red 4 ball, you're knocking it towards that rail.
Yeah, there's no. You're kind of going into it blind, aren't you?
It's all relying to too much chance for my liking at the moment. I mean, he's committed now. He's all in. You know, I mean, he's thrown his chips in, and you've got to go.
He's got. He's had a look at the red off the yellow that's on the cushion. So I think that's what he's going to try and play here. He needs to make sure he's had to force that because he needed to get like as close as he could and also high enough to play that shot comfortably.
I've seen a couple today that have played those, with pace, and they've been refused from the pocket.
Yeah, which is good to see. Do you know what I mean? As players, I mean, it was still going to be a tough finish from there because the shot he was going to play next wasn't really easy. The contact would have had to be quite precise.
Well,
I'm sure
he
this
tried
goes.
to kick the red away then.
I think he might be on it. Is he not?
But he didn't. I mean, look at his reaction. There's no way he tried to bump into that red. He played it at that pace to knock the red out the way of the yellow, open up the table.
Yeah, definitely. He's not. Actually,
if he's on that, he's been a lucky boy.
No, I don't think he goes. Actually, that's probably why. I thought if he lands low enough, he might be on it, but he does need a little nudge.
I mean, he can get safe quite easily if he wanted to go down that avenue.
Yeah, he doesn't need to sell out on this finish. He can, because it's quite difficult for Aaron to, even if he leaves him like a pot on the bottom, the red that's closest to the cushion. How do you get on the other red? Maybe I don't even know if it doubles into the corner pocket. I think the yellow's in the way. Interesting to see what Carl does here. Another nudge. No, that's worked out perfect. He's got the angle too, so it looks. I mean, everything is. That's a good shot, but
he's relied on a little bit
luck, and he's left himself the perfect angle. So things are going Carl's way in this match. Even like I said, Aaron, the chance that he got with ball in hand, you know, it was
It
was
was
a
a
really
hard
tough
chance, wasn't
chance.
it?
Yeah, so it was one where he's thinking, oh, I wish he'd gone enough where the layout was a bit more inviting. Oh, he's had a pop out.
Wow.
He's obviously rushed it, thinking that he can't miss it. I don't think he's hit the middle of the pocket, has he? Let's have a look at what's happened here.
Oh, he has.
Oh.
Oh.
You don't normally see him nowadays.
No,
it's
I've not seen any for ages.
Yeah.
I really haven't.
Oh, potential turning point there. Good shot from Aaron. Carl's going to have to go probably 2 cushions here. I think the natural line of the single cushion isn't there because of the red.
You're going to see it again.
He didn't need to hit it though.
No,
But obviously you never think that it's going to happen. So I can't really.
I had one in the semi-finals of the European Championships against Mick Hill many years ago in France, and I had 2 visits with the old rules.
Yeah.
2 visits with like 4 balls left, and the last ball is straight into the corner. And I've potted it clean. It's come straight back out, and it didn't hit a cushion, and I committed a foul.
Oh dear.
And that was the last frame.
Oh dear. That's
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That is unlucky.
As I was trying to sling myself into the marina.
Yeah. But you to even still remember that, it must still hurt you, totally.
I don't know why you brought it up, Arthur.
Not guilty, sir. Not guilty.
It's just that it just brought it all about looking at that when it just happened to Carl Morris.
Yeah, I've had one this season against Rob Warm to go 6-3 up, ended up losing a shootout. So we've all got.
You're trying to outdo my story now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just. Not outdo it. I think that was a brutal one, wasn't it? Decider against Mick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Semi-final Europeans. It's great fun.
Yeah. No, I can't do that. Unfortunately. Played it in a more nonchalant way where he's thinking nothing can go wrong. This is a straight pot. You just sometimes don't think it's going to happen.
It's amazing how these things sort of turn, though, isn't it? It just.
Yeah. There's a lot of turning points in
pivotal
matches.
point in a match.
Mm.
You think, well, that was all going in one direction, and then and now he's got a dry break, and it all seems like it's like the tide completely turns against you. Everything goes wrong then.
Exactly.
A whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, this is not the worst dry break in the world.
Nope.
There's a bit of work for Aaron to do. Me in the first pot on the reds is quite tricky. It's a thin clipping. Oh, he's going yellows actually. That's worked out well. Should be able to clear these yellows, 2 yellows here, and then work his way up the table. Presumably he's going to play a plant on them 2 yellows next to a red in the top left. Still got another problem, yellow below them.
Yeah, I think all the finishes we've had in this match, or attempted finishes, all required a bit of labour to be thrown into the.
Yeah.
To them.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good line. I was saying this is a really good line for the plant now. Just has to judge where the other yellow is going to make contact with first. Is going to go. It doesn't want to hit it too hard, and it could go towards the other side cushion.
Yeah, and if you underhit it, you just drop it back behind the red as well.
Yeah, it just has to play a nice medium way where it just judges the pace back in the middle of the table.
Perfect.
Like that. Yeah. So it's still got one bad yellow.
Would you play the long yellow down there now? But when
It's
it's tempting because you're right behind it. It's a lovely angle.
Yeah, it's tempting. I think you got it. Because and these obviously we all know these.
We've got to do too much with the cue ball off, have you?
Yeah, you don't have to hit it hard too. He's got a really good angle to get the cue ball off the cushion.
That looks
Yeah,
nice.
that was plumb anyway on any table. Now it's perfect. He just plays a little bit of a screw shot, leave the natural angle to come down for the black into bottom right. Probably wants to screw this, maybe a cue ball. Is he topping this? I'm not sure. Oh no, yeah, on and off the cushion.
That'll do.
Yeah, I think he's got a bit too much angle here, but
You can kill the cue ball a little bit and drag it towards just below the middle bag. Just hit it just below middle.
yeah, he has to really get into the cue ball. He can play your shot, but he just has to get into the cue ball. Oh, yeah, he's done that comfortably.
Well, it is to get his first lead of the match. And Aaron Davis, clinical. I think he's changed his break a bit here.
He's going for the cut break, is he?
He is. He's made a ball, but the cue ball's looking a bit dodgy there for a second.
Well, he's not got a good layout. There's a massive cluster on the left cushion. It's not what he wanted to see. Well, he's 2 frames behind, and there's about 17 minutes left. Just okay. I think he wanted the cue ball welded against the red, but don't think he's left a pot on. Aaron might have left one here.
I think he's left it stuck out, the yellow.
Yeah, it definitely goes. And all the yellows have pockets, just the black into it. It doesn't double because the red's in the way.
Carl has to go. There's no question that he can't sit there any longer with him there.
No, of course, yeah. He might be able to pot this and have an angle on the 2 yellows that are closest to each other and put that in the top right corner and screw into the black maybe. Didn't get that.
That's not ideal.
No, I don't even know if he's got a pot on. Well, he's got a really thin cut.
Well, I'll tell you what though, if you could make that thin cut back into the middle half and a little bit left hand side, come behind that red and kick the red and black out.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too thin personally. I think just see what he does here. I think because it's so thin, he might be going in between, like top cushion, side cushion. See what he does. Oh no. Has he got an angle here now?
I think you might just go a bit wide that one there as we look at the overhead for the yellow into the centre. You're thinking about kicking the black out there, but
yeah, I just don't think it's a good.
Does it double go past the red with the black into the other centre? I mean, that's going to be tight as well.
I don't think it goes. I think I'd be looking at if there's a chance of nudging that red out of the way for the double to go. That'd be a good. I wouldn't want to go into the red and the black of this yellow into the left middle because you're not really leaving a good pot on your next yellow. Ooh, what's he doing here?
I don't know, but it doesn't look pleasant. I don't know what he's trying to do there, do you?
Well, he's obviously just trying to leave himself a pot on that yellow, but I don't know why he couldn't. If he had a little bit of angle, maybe just bump it off the cushion. Or maybe he thought the red's in the way to play that shot. I don't know, but he's put himself in trouble. Oh, it's half a result. But he's going to be in trouble again.
Well, he's just going to slide surely off this cue ball off the bottom, off the side rail and back in behind the red.
Yeah. It should be a guaranteed snooker for Aaron.
And if he does edge Carl out of this frame and the 3-frame lead maybe going into the last 10 minutes, it's just, you know, that's another concern for another concern for Carl.
Yeah.
He's not playing his safety, I don't think. It looks like he's going down the bottom of the table.
Oh, look at that. Roll off.
Well,
not sure.
Turn away a bit there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The old fingerprints in the cloth.
Surprised he didn't just tuck him in there, because it would have been a tough snooker to get out of. Unless it looked a little bit more difficult than what it does to us. Looking at the screen, sometimes maybe the red maybe was a bit too far away to took
Tell you
him
what, Sean Sharkey earlier missed a black down that rail there, and Chris was commentating with Chris Mellon, and he thought it turned as well a little bit. All say. So
Yeah, that definitely did turn. You could see it going just after the red left, just past the middle pocket. It started turning away from the cushion. It's not the worst result in the world for Carl. He's tied up one of Aaron's reds up there, but he's going to be in a load of trouble.
I'd rather be on reds at the moment. For
Yeah,
me.
definitely.
I'd like to bump that out a little bit further, that red ball, not just plonk it on the rail.
Yeah.
Being
Same
greedy
here.
and just.
No, you're absolutely right. It's them little margins, because then that's not really
makes
a
that
problem.
finish
really.
easier, doesn't
yeah, 100%.
Because now, even if he gets ball in hand, it's it's still got.
Yeah, quite a bit of work to do.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That's not a bad result. He's played a loss of turn. And I think you get through to the one red. But he's played a very good shot there, Carl.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
He's not like he can all he can do is clip it. I mean, if that black does pass that red into that corner, I think you'd be clipping the red over just to even stick it somewhere around there to try and block that.
Yeah, I don't think it passes. But even if you get another red there, it makes it even more messier.
Yeah, but
I think Aaron's going.
You don't want to leave him to finish though, do you?
No.
If the black goes.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and get the cue ball back there again.
He's made the part. That's a cracking ball.
He probably would have preferred it to not go in.
Not gone in, yeah.
Yeah.
Being greedy now, Arfam.
Yeah, I don't think.
But no, you do,
yeah.
because this is like, it's one of them, isn't it? You're very close to this red ball, and you want to play off it. I mean, it's a jittery shot.
Yeah, I hate these shots,
No, I
mate.
don't like them either.
I don't know any player that does like these kind of
No.
shots.
I tend to put my hand right the way down the cue as well, so shorten the cue up.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that makes it slightly easier than playing with a long cue action.
No, yeah, Aaron's played it well there.
But then it's an easy out.
Yeah.
And what's he going to do? He's going to hit the yellow probably at the bottom of the table now and leave the cue ball down there. And it's who's going to get first sight of a pot.
Yeah. But there's a bit more work to do for.
I'm not sure I'd hit that. I'd have played that quite slowly. Just left the cue ball down at the bottom, I think.
Yeah, same here. It's actually given. I mean, Aaron can obviously just stun the cue ball behind the red and the black again and send the red around the table.
I don't mind that. Well,
Yeah,
he's
that's all right.
he's left the gap, but I don't mind that shot. I
Yeah,
think it's
that's
a good
okay
shot.
too. I mean, this way he was controlling the red more.
Calling all pockets
Yeah.
for Carl.
Another fluke.
Well, it all depends on that black ball, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I can't see that it goes past that red. Surely not. If it does, then this will be the second time he's done it to Aaron Davis.
He's got a chance here if it gets an angle. I don't think the red's in the way though, isn't it?
This old Houdini's coming back out again.
The shot here would be to pot the yellow and then play the loss of turn on the black, leave the cue ball.
Well, he's gone to move everything. Well, he's played the loss of turn though, but
Yeah.
look where the yellow is. That's
The
if
yellow's
that yellow was over a bag now, he'd be.
Yeah, he just didn't see. I mean, my shot obviously was still leaving him a chance, but it would have been a calculated risk. Ooh, what's he done here?
I don't know.
He's been really lucky.
I'll tell you what. I'd have just probably tapped that towards the middle bag, the red up there, and just left him. Well, there's all sorts.
Why is he not just played?
I think this goes. I think it goes.
I can't believe that he's even. He was trying to block the. Wow.
Well,
That's
he's just
amazing.
thrown the frame to Carl Morris there, and Carl was really up against it, and now he's back in the match.
I don't understand why Aaron
Well.
didn't just slowly play the red down and just leave. Maybe was he afraid that he would leave a really thin cut? Yeah, a bit of pressure on Gary now on his break. Carl's still sticking with the cut break. Ooh.
Has he got a ball? No. And I'll tell you what, look at the yellows. Now then, Aaron Davis has a chance.
Yeah.
He's got over 2 minutes.
Reds are okay.
They are.
He might just find the gap here. No,
But he wants to get a move on.
I think that red over the middle pocket, that could be his black ball, I think. Or is he changing his mind? Going down here.
He's going to have to do something.
Yeah, I think the only way Aaron might mess this finish up is if the shot clock gets him.
Played that nicely.
Yeah.
Now I would be a little bit... Oh, it's 1 minute 30. Yeah, he's got plenty of time.
Yeah, this is perfect scenario for Aaron. He knows that if he clears up... Ooh, bit of pressure now on this red.
Can he get past the black and play the other red?
Yeah, he can, yeah, but... Does he... That's not the right shot to play for me. You got to go all in. If he misses this, he loses the match. Because them yellows are sitting.
He's played that terribly.
Dear.
Morris has a chance. Can he do it? He's got a minute.
Carl, he's
He nearly
almost
dropped his
fouled.
cue on the balls. Oh, he's played that too hefty.
He needs to just look at the clock and realise that he's got plenty of time. Yeah, he could throw the match back towards Aaron if he misses this. He's alright. He needs to slow down.
Is he going to do it?
Just have a look at the match clock, Carl. You don't need to run around like a maniac.
I'd be quite... I'll be...
Yeah, stun down here. Put
I'll
the
be
other
going
one
quite quickly now, I think. 30 seconds, 28. I won't be chalking me cue.
No, I think he's okay as long as he...
That's perfect. Get him in the corner.
3 stun shots now. He's fine.
Oh,
God.
that's a bad shot. He's not going to do it.
He's missed it.
No,
Oh,
he hasn't. He's at white to stop. Never. Wow.
Always the entertainer, isn't he? Always the entertainer.
1 second. You've got to be kidding me.
That's crazy.
Won it with 1 second. Unbelievable.